All right, welcome back to Sports Edge. We kind of take the show on the road a little bit tonight as we're at the Criterion Cinema here in New Haven. And joining us is Gabe Polsky, former Yale hockey player, now filmmaker, and they have a critically acclaimed sports documentary called Red Army. Tell me what brings you back to New Haven in this great film.
Well, I got the word that the Yale hockey team was going to be at the theater today, and I couldn't help myself and decided to come out here and share the movie with the boys and see what they think. It's going to be really exciting. They had a great year this year, and it's a really unusual film. And I'm really looking forward to sharing it with the guys and the New Haven community.
You're a former Yale hockey player. Tell us, when were you here?
I was here from 1998 to 2002.
And fond memories of your time here at Yale?
Yeah, a lot of memories, a lot of great memories, and a lot of what's in this film, Red Army, is started here at Yale, and I was a political science major, and it was a really emotional place for me. There's a lot of ups and downs here, but that's part of being a college athlete, and memories that I'll never forget.
The game for them wasn't just the game; it was.
You've made a bunch of films, but this one specifically, what piqued your interest to do something like this?
Yeah, well, my parents are from the former Soviet Union, and I grew up playing hockey really competitively, and this film really is about, basically I tell the story of Russia through hockey, so it's a sweeping story of the rise and fall of this huge dynasty, but I tell it through the greatest sports team in history, arguably, and, it's a lot of things that have shaped me, my political science background, but at the same time, at its core, this is just a really human, really emotional story that takes you on a roller coaster ride and, uses hockey to get you there.
How much work do you have to put in to set up these interviews with players? I mean, going back to Russia to talk about these days probably wasn't an easy thing to do. Tell me about that.
It was very difficult.
I cannot run away from my country.
These guys, a lot of these guys are politicians now in Russia, really high-level politicians, and, they're not easily accessible, but I got to one of them, and then one led to another, and finally, I got the main character in the film, who's probably one of the most decorated athletes in the history of the Soviet Union. He's now a senator. He was Minister of Sport, but it was just persistence, and persistence is all it is. And then once I interviewed the gentleman, he saw that I was prepared and that I, had a real passion for this subject matter, and he decided to go with it.
From start to finish, how long did it take you to make this documentary?
It took me 2 years to make the film, and a lot of the ideas I'd been thinking a long time before, but yeah, in a documentary you got to finish as quickly as possible because the costs start to add up.
When people are watching this film, what's the one thing you want them to take away from it?
Well, I think that it's just like I said before, it's a very moving experience, and this is a unique film because it shows the trajectory of an entire country, but it uses, like I said, the greatest sports team in history. It's sort of how they became that good and what these guys went through, what they suffered through, and a whole life. It teaches you about Russia and who these people are on a human level.
Well, best of luck. Nice to meet you, and tremendous success ahead of you, I'm sure, with this film. And thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you, and it's great to be here in New Haven. I love it.